104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. And if I'm going to actually talk about soccer, it's going to be with one person, and that's Dubsy, our former producer, who is now the senior producer for SiriusXM Soccer. Is that true, Mr. Andrew Williams?
That is true. For some reason, they continue to keep me around and continue to move me up. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Well, your love of football is infectious. Like, there's some people that when they're soccer fans, they like, oh, you just don't get it, and then when you try to like enjoy it next to them, they just like try to exclude you. Where you're like, dude, let's get a beer and I'll explain everything to you. So, knowing that that's what I expect from you, tell me about soccer.
Well, I mean, right now it's the World Cup. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a small tournament happening over in Russia, and the finals are this Sunday at 11 a.m. between a country of France and a very small country of Croatia.
And more importantly, has the U.S. soccer team ever heard of the World Cup?
That's too soon, Levack. That's just way too soon. That's right. That's just like the needle right in the back early.
Now, for perspective, if I'm not mistaken, Dubs, you were working with Levack at the time. The last time the Team USA was in the World Cup, and you guys were together. So, from your perspective, Dubs, how much different has the fans and people embracing the World Cup changed in 4 years, especially with the American audience? In other words, have Americans still been invested in this year's World Cup?
I think originally the American fan didn't want to be invested because they had the excuse, why should I watch a tournament that the U.S. couldn't even make? And then as more people started watching, and as this tournament's been unbelievable, favorites getting knocked out early, more goals in the extra time, like past the 90th minute, than any other tournament before. It's been nonstop excitement. So I think as the tournament's progressed, you've seen more and more fans be like, or new fans be like, this World Cup is amazing. I don't know why I'm not watching it more often and stuff like that. And I think you're going to hear next time 2022 World Cup comes around, everybody's going to be like, do you remember how crazy the 2018 World Cup was?
Andrew Williams with us right now, SiriusXM's a senior producer for soccer, and it's I've wanted to be into this one, but yeah, I am. I'm one of those guys that when the U.S. didn't make it, I kind of turned a blind eye. Then I started getting into England. How does England lose this thing?
Well, the thing is with England is that there's so many expats that live in the States that there was a lot of hype surrounding them. They, by far, had the easiest road to the semifinal, and they went up against a team in Croatia that people overlook. I mean, they have arguably the best midfield in the whole tournament. Yes, their country has only 4 million, something like that, people, but this team, by far, is one of the best teams in the tournament. They have players that play at Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, the top teams, so everybody just overlooked them. England's team is very young. They'll be a team that in 2020 Euros you'll want to look at. And then when the 2022 World Cup comes around, they will be a team that will have a lot of pressure on them. And they'll be a team that you want to look at as a favorite.
I look at this Croatia team, and notice the comparison we've used on the air is almost like Loyola Chicago making a run to the Final Four. You've had this Cinderella story, this small country, get all the way to the final game on Sunday. How has Croatia been able to do this, and where does this rank in big-time upsets in World Cup history?
See, that's the thing. Like I said, a lot of people overlook this team just because they don't know much about them. But this team is stacked with stars. Stars that play at top teams, and they play in the biggest tournaments all the time. So coming into it, they, off the rip, they won every single game in their group. They haven't lost a game yet. Obviously, they're still in it, so they're going to the final. But this isn't a Loyola Chicago. I'm trying to think of a better way to put it. It's like a Florida State almost. Like if they went for a deeper run, they're a team that has good players that people just don't know much about.
All right, I'm done with this hoity-toity title. Dubsy, our soccer insider for the team, who we miss so much. You have no idea how much we miss you all the time around here, especially when we're out covering fun stuff in bars and whatever. Dubsy, this final, what are you expecting from it?
I expect it to go to extra time. First off, let me say that I also expect France to win it. These teams have played each other 5 times. Croatia has never beat them before. This France team is stacked. Top talent from young guys to top guys. It's unbelievable how good this team is, but it'll be an exciting one. The France team against Belgium played a little too defensive for a lot of people's likings, but I think in the final it'll be a little tight for the first half, and after that I can see them really loosening up and being a good game.
11 o'clock. It's not kickoff, right? What is the start of a soccer game called? Kickoff? Is that fine?
No, it's kickoff. Yeah,
okay, it is kickoff. Okay. You alluded to the 2022 World Cup that's on the way, and England might be a favorite then as the team gets a little bit more experience. But The one thing I'm looking at the 2022 World Cup about in Qatar is that it's going to be played in the fall. What type of impact is that going to have when it's going up against the NFL, Major League Baseball, playoffs, college football, and other sports?
Well, we all know Major League Baseball is dying anyways, guys. Let's just put it out there. Outside of how good the Yankees
On your
are
home
right
for
now,
New York Yankees baseball, 104.5 the team.
I'm just saying, outside of how good the Yankees are right now, and first off, Levack, I'm just saying I called Aaron Judge, and he was still coming up in the minors when I was there. Anyways, though, that's besides the point. That World Cup, think about this, guys. You wake up in the morning on Thanksgiving Day, 8 a.m., you get a game, say, Argentina versus Spain. 11 o'clock, you get Portugal versus Brazil. And then you eat Thanksgiving turkey, you watch NFL all day. You get sports non-stop that whole day for Thanksgiving. It will go down as one of the greatest Thanksgivings ever. That's all I've been thinking about today when they announced the date.
Dubs, let me ask the real question. Do you believe? Do you believe the U.S. will even be in it?
They will be in it. This U.S. team will be in it, and we'll see. I mean, we'll see how much pressure we put on these guys. There's a lot of young guys that are coming up. We're talking about like 18 to 20-year-olds that are really good players. I mean, they're playing at the big clubs over there. They're getting away from just staying in the MLS, which is a good thing for these guys. They're playing at the PSG. They're going to Manchester United. They're going all over Germany at Borussia Dortmund. They'll be in the next World Cup. I guarantee they'll be in the next World Cup.
We may have buried the lead during this interview because congratulations to you and your now fiance. You were engaged earlier this year, right around Easter time. What's the wedding process like for you, my friend? How's it going through all this stuff that I just got done doing?
I am currently in the Baltimore Inner Harbor at the mall in a secluded corner by myself because I just had to go look at hotels that our people will be staying in. It's been good. It was went to go look at venues and everything right away, but it's been a great time. Guys, I'm sure you have some type of suggestions. Anything?
Yeah, I got some advice. If you're in the Baltimore Inner Harbor, there's a Hooters like a block away, so go check out that Hooters. It's got really good service. No, in all seriousness,
I have advice. Don't do it. Don't do run.
I am looking at that Hooters as we speak. I see Hoot right now.
Get in there.
I'm not even kidding with you. I see Hoot.
Get in that place right now. The best advice I could seriously offer is get a videographer because you want to go back and watch that craziness that's your wedding. I was so against that. And open your RSVPs together because if you're obviously you're a sports fan like me, that turned into March Madness for me. Like, who's in? Who's out? Are they in? Are they out? And you find out. So those are the two good pieces of advice I'd offer during that process. And make it fun, man. Have fun doing it.
All right, I love it. I can definitely, you know me, I can make that happen.
Dubs, I'm worried about you, man, because like you were Mr. Wedding, like from when you were here until God, every weekend it looked like you were at a different wedding. So you have to outdo all those weddings that you've already been to.
As long as the food is good and the booze are good, I think I'll be fine no matter what by the end of the night. And Lindsay, as long as she's good as well.
Yeah, of course.
I got to put her first these days.
You might have to re-rank that, by the way. She might have to be first, and then the food, and then
as long as she's not listening to this. We're in Albany. He's down in Baltimore. If she could hear this, he'd have to re-rank it. Dubsy, man, we really do miss you, and we're so proud of you and all the great work you're doing at SiriusXM with the soccer channel. And congratulations, you guys are a beautiful couple, and it's. I knew Gaz was going to work with the imaginary Mrs. Gaz, and I just watching how happy you two are together. I'm jealous.
I appreciate that, guys. And again, I'm trying. I'll try to get up to Saratoga this summer, get on some ponies. A couple good bets. Gaz, I know you're the man up there now, so.
I'm the one hitting pick fives and stuff. What's
no,
this Gaz
I went to the Belmont. Now I'm a big deal over here with Naira.
Here we go.
First name basis with Chris K.
Yeah, because we talk to him every week.
Like Levack's not. He had some beers and went to Trey. Right. Dubsy, we miss you, man. Can't wait to see you hopefully this summer.
I miss you too, guys. I'll chat soon, brothers.